Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the podcast or another installment of the podcast. If you guys hear something in the background, that's just a fan. But basically, we're getting into this game you see here on your screen, the official first clinch point game, or play-in game. This game was very, very, very important for both these teams. Both these teams were fighting for the second seed spot. They're already in the playoffs at this point. This is the postseason, but they're fighting for the second seed spot to go off and play the Fort Lauderdale Pythons in the Cheez-Its Ascension Cup. Now, guys, this is still one of the most. This game. Going into this game, we went over it last episode, but Rochester was 2-1 versus Albany throughout the season. Albany fell pretty harsh today. They were playing in Rochester, playoff football. It gets crazy, but still a tough loss. These teams will be playing each other a couple times next season. But that's neither here nor there. What we have to focus on the most before we get to next season is talk about what happened after this game. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but Ethan Brooks, the starting quarterback for the Albany Empire, is deciding to enter free agency and look for other teams that could use him. Currently, out of the 5 teams that were all seen last year, well, still technically this year, but we're going into the off season. But seen in the 2026 season, he's the first to do this. Now, I don't know if Jaden Ross might step down because their team did pretty poorly. Rogers for the Pythons, he's probably gonna stay for another year. Then Jigba for the Rochester Kodiaks, he's probably going to stay for another year. And the quarterback for the Pride, number 7, he's probably going to stay. I forgot his name, but he's probably going to stay as well. But Ethan Brooks, he's saying, at this game, I'm going to try to look for a different team. Albany didn't do terrible this year. But he wasn't agreeing with the staff on the team. He was agreeing with the coach. He was agreeing with the office. So it was just about time he gets out of there. But going into the next game, we already know what happened. The video should be being posted before this video should come out, or just a little bit after. We already know what happened. I'm just get straight into it. Fort Lauderdale ends up beating the Kodiaks in a crazy upset game that I was not expecting to happen. And then Fort Lauderdale ends up upsetting the Pride, which was something also I was not expecting to happen. So Fort Lauderdale Pythons, they get their first championship win ever, and the first championship win in this new league. So congratulations to them. Something I was looking to do because I don't remember the NFL or any other leagues like the NBA or NHL, whatever, really truly doing this. I'm gonna give every single time a team wins a championship trophy, they are going to be getting a special uniform that they can wear one time in the regular season for the following year. So Pythons, they'll be getting a jersey coming soon that they'll wear at their first home game of the season, and they could have a new design on the field sidelines just to express that they won the first championship. So that is something coming next season. There's been a couple. Some teams really haven't had too many changes at all. A lot of teams kept a lot of their players because it is only the first year. Further stuff could happen down the line next season where you're going to need some of the players. Last year also it doesn't make sense to get rid of too many. I know the Kodiaks, they dropped their kicker. He missed a couple crucial kicks early in the season, a couple easy kicks as well. So he got dropped, and they picked up a new guy out of the portal. We'll see him next year, of course, when he makes his foot in the league debut. But, you know, crazy year. We have a lot of new teams coming into the league next year. A new team as well hasn't been announced yet, but I'll announce it here. They're in Olympia, Washington. They're coming in 2 years. So after the 2027 season, they should be coming in the 2028 season to make both conferences and the entire league even. An even number of teams, even number of organizations, clubs, whatever. 14 teams will be coming 2028 if all goes well. But we are not trying to expand too fast. We don't want to do that because that could hurt the league. We've already seen it in past leagues where leagues expand way too quickly, like the XFL and whatever. And that just is never a good thing. So, we're going to announce them really quickly here, and then we're going to go over the conferences as well, because now we have conferences. The first year, we did not have conferences because there was only 5 teams. There's no reason to have conferences. They play whoever the fuck they want, and that's why there was a lot of repeat games, which was really interesting. It's kind of like an NBA basketball season where they play so many games that they would repeat certain teams more than twice. So here we are looking at the new teams for the 2027 season. Key West is getting the Key West Swordfish, and this team is going to be in Florida, another Florida team. They will be looking to be rivals, in-state rivals with the Fort Lauderdale Pythons, who again just won the championship. They could be interesting to see what they could do. Again, we don't know too much about these teams at all. Their uniforms will be released, and their field, whatever, will be being released on the Instagram coming soon. But that is for all these teams, of course. But that's what we have on them currently. Key West Swordfish, they just got announced. I'm announcing them here. But yes, Key West. Then we have the Stormfronts out of, I want to say, Madison. The Madison Stormfront. This team, again, another team that could be interesting in this league, coming out of Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin. They would be rivals versus the Minnesota Rochester team. They're not too far away, but another team we'll learn more about later. Then we have the Utah Lynx, based out of around the Salt Lake City area, but they are, again, another new team coming out of Utah, so it's definitely more on that western side of the states. We have to have a Texas team coming into next season. Football is very big in Texas. It's a big market. Instead of going for more of like the usual, like San Antonio or Austin or Houston areas like that, the league decided it would be cool to put it in a good market, but a smaller city. So we placed this new team for the Foot in the Door League in El Paso, Soul. Okay, Soul as in sun. This takes off his Hispanic nature of the area, and this could be an interesting team going into the next year. I really like their colors, just like that deep navy with that bright, deep gold color. It's always a nice little mixture when you have it on uniforms and different things like that. The Fargo Bison, coming out of North Dakota. Alright, now North Dakota doesn't have too many big football teams. North Dakota does have North Dakota and that North Dakota State team, North Dakota State University, big football school. They've won many trophies and championships out there in the FCS college division, so maybe players coming out of that school want to come here. It's a smaller market, but still, it is good to expand into a state that loves its college football, but doesn't have a professional team. So just having a smaller professional team could be interesting. Then we had to go to California. California had no teams for us previously until we brought along the Sierra Redwoods. This team, again, we didn't want to put it in too big of a city. We could have put it in San Diego, but I wasn't feeling it. So the league wasn't feeling it. I didn't really feel like that could be. I mean, again, that's a good market, but you already had an NFL team there for a couple of years, or a long time. So it's really no reason to put it there again. The Sierra Redwoods is coming to California. Then we have the Tulsa Natives. All right, this team in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They are going to be playing again. They live around. They're stationed around that Tulsa University campus, so they will be playing at their stadium. But this is another team in a smaller market, but Oklahoma doesn't have too many football teams. They have Oklahoma Sooners, Tulsa, a couple other smaller ones, and they have the Oklahoma City Thunder. So this is a little bit of a smaller sports state in the States, but again, that's a good pickup for us. Jackson, Mississippi, Stormtroopers. They're going to Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson, Mississippi is also accustomed to their college team, the Jackson College over there with the HBCU, which Coach Prime coached a little while ago. But again, smaller market. Alright, I want to get into the new conferences coming into the next season. So I went over the teams already. We don't know too much about them until we're going to see them in action. But into the new conferences. So there's two divisions. We have the Atlantic or East Division, and we have the Pacific or West Division. Now this Atlantic Division is split up between 7 teams versus the Pacific West Division with only 6. But again, we announced a new team coming next season, which will join the Pacific West Division. So, starting off with the Atlantic East Division, Albany Empire, Columbus Pride, Rochester Kodiaks, Fort Lauderdale Pythons, Key West Swordfish, Madison Stormfront, Jackson Stormtroopers. The Pacific West Division will have the Surprise Golden Wasps, the Utah Lynx, the El Paso Soul, the Fargo Bison, Sierra Redwoods, and the Tulsa Natives. Getting into what teams I'm most excited for as we end off this video. Honestly, I'm really excited to see what the 5 teams from this year do. Every single one of those 5 teams, 4 out of the 5 teams are in that Atlantic East Division. Only the Surprise Golden Wasps are alone by themselves in Arizona in that Pacific West Division. But I'm excited to see what the Kodiaks do this year. I'm excited to see what the Albany Empire do this year with their new quarterback. I'm excited to see what the Pride do this year. Pythons are running it back. And again, the Golden Wasps. I heard that Jaden Ross is getting benched going into year 2 of the league. So we'll see who their quarterback is. I think his last name is Donahue. He's coming out of Arizona State. So we'll see what he does. But, he's not coming out of Arizona State. He's coming out of Washington University. But we'll see what he does. And again, I'm excited to see all these new teams. A lot of new teams, guys. A lot of new teams. And I'm excited to see how this new year is going to go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And just have a good rest of your day. I know there's snowstorms coming in to a lot of states, south and up here in the northern area. But still, be safe, guys. I love you guys. Peace out.